Hi children, good morning. I hope everyone is healthy and safe at home. And I'm sure that creative children like you are using these days very innovatively and differently. Children, I'm Mrs. Leja Vinod and I'm here with you to take you to the wonderful world of English literature. Children, I like stories. Do you like stories? Do you like? Yes, isn't it? Then, shall we learn a story today? Shall we learn? Okay. Children, today we are going to learn a very simple story. It's a very short one too. Okay. Now, before moving on to our lesson, I would like to ask you a question. Okay. It's a very easy question. I'm going to ask a very easy question. Even the KG children can tell the answer. I'm sure that you know this answer. Okay. My question is, I'm going to tell the question. Be ready to tell me the answer. Okay. It's a very easy one. I have told it so many times. My question is, which is the largest land animal? The biggest land animal. Yes, I got the answer. Somebody told me. What's it? Yes, good. Elephant. Isn't it? Elephant is the biggest land animal. You know that, isn't it? Have you ever seen an elephant anywhere, children? Have you seen? Yes, isn't it? Where? Yes, where? At the temple fair or in the zoo, isn't it? We have seen the elephant in the temple fair or in the zoo, isn't it? Now, I have brought some pictures here. Shall we see? Okay. Now, have you seen? Not one, two elephants are here. Isn't it? How many elephants? Two are here. But something is different here. Have you seen anything? Something is missing, isn't it? What's it? Oh, these poor creatures don't have their tails. Isn't it? Look at there. They don't have tails. Shall I draw tails to them? Okay. I'm going to draw tails to these elephants and I'm going to make them more beautiful. Okay. Look. Now this is my first elephant. I'm going to draw a beautiful tail. Okay. Wow. So elegant, isn't it? The elephant looks so elegant, so smart, isn't it? Wow. Super. Now look at the next one. I'm going to draw tail to this one also. But before drawing the tail to this elephant, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Now children, I close my eyes. Now I'm going to draw a tail to the second elephant. Okay. I think I have drawn it in the right place. I think so. Children, actually I can't see anything, okay? Darkness everywhere. Anyway, I have drawn the tail. Now I am going to open my eyes. Yes, I have drawn it. Have you seen it? Where is it? I have drawn it somewhere else, isn't it? Poor elephant. It still doesn't have a tail. Oh, what happened to me while I was drawing the tail to this elephant? What happened? I closed my eyes. Isn't it? I closed my eyes. So I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything while I was drawing a tail to this second elephant. Isn't it? That's why I have drawn somewhere else. Have you seen it? Where have I drawn it? Oh, I have drawn it somewhere else. Okay. Now children, now you know that this kind of people are in our society. Isn't it? They can't see anything. I was actually acting like a blind person. Isn't it? I was acting like a blind person. Now that's why I couldn't see anything while I was drawing the tail to this particular elephant. Okay, now this kind of people are in our society. They can't see anything. They need the help and support of others. Okay, these blind people are also known as visually impaired people. They can't see anything. They just touch the things to know what it was like. Do you understand it? They touch things. So that happened to me here also. I couldn't see anything while I was drawing this second tail. Isn't it? Why? Because I closed my eyes. There are people in this world who can't see anything. They are known as what? Blind people, visually impaired people. They need the help and support of others. Okay, now there are six blind people are in our story too. Okay, today we are going to learn a very short story. The name of the chapter is The Blind Man and the Elephant. Okay, tell me the name. What's the name of the chapter? The Blind Man and the Elephant. Okay, so in this particular lesson, 6 blind people are involved. Okay, now listen children. Lesson 4, The Blind Man and the Elephant. Now actually we have done this activity before. Now let us move on to the chapter. Listen children, all of you take your textbook. Keep your textbook open. Please take page number 29. Have you all taken? Take page number 29. Listen. Once upon a time, there were 6 blind men. They wanted to learn new things. They would touch and feel things to understand what they were like. Then they would decide on what the new thing was like. Okay. Once upon a time, there were 6 blind men. Children, long ago, 6 blind men were living in a village. How many blind men? 6 blind men were living in a village. They wanted to learn new things. They are like children. These blind men are like children. They wanted to learn new things. They are very curious like little children and they wanted to learn new things. But unfortunately, what happened? They are blind. They can't see anything, isn't it? Now, they would touch and feel things to understand what they were like. Now, how they realize the thing? They touch. They touch and feel things to understand what they were like. Then they would decide on what the new thing was like. After touching only, they would decide what the new thing was like. Why? Because they can't see anything. But they are very eager, very curious to know about new things. Isn't it? That's why they would touch and feel things to understand what they were like. Then they would decide on what the new thing was like. Do you all understand till there, children? Do you all understand? I will tell it once again. Listen. Long ago, there were 6 blind men were living in a village. What kind of people? Blind. That means what? They can't see anything. They can't see anything. What is their speciality? They wanted to learn new things. Do you understand? What is the specialty of these people? They wanted to learn something new. They are very eager. They are very curious to learn new things. They would touch and feel things to understand what they were like. They touch and feel things to understand what they were like. After that only, they would decide on what the new thing was like. Do you all understand till here, children? Do you all understand? No difficult words are here, children. All the words used in this particular paragraph is very easy. All the words are easy. Okay. Now shall we move on to the next paragraph? Okay. The next paragraph, children. Listen. One day, a circus came to town. People spoke about an elephant at the circus. The blind men heard this. They wanted to go to the circus, touch and feel the elephant and understand what it was like. Okay. Now one day, a circus came to town. Now children, one day, these 6 blind men happened to hear about what? A circus, which came to town. People were discussing about it. And you know that different kinds of animals are there in a circus camp, no? So people were discussing about an elephant at the circus. They were discussing about what? An elephant at the circus. Who heard it? our blind men heard this. They heard this. They wanted to go to the circus, touch and feel the elephant and understand what it was like. Now, suddenly they were very curious. They are very eager. They wanted to go to the circus to see the elephant. But unfortunately, you know that they are a blind person. They can't see. So, they wanted to touch and feel the elephant and understand what it was like. Do you understand it, children? They wanted to go to the circus and touch and feel the elephant and understand what it was like. Do you all understand till here? Here, children, one day a circus came to town. Now, people were discussing about this circus and they were discussing about an elephant at the circus. That time, our blind man happened to hear this. So, they wanted to go to the circus, touch and feel the elephant and understand what it was like. They wanted to know how an elephant looked like. Do you all understand till here? Do you all understand? Any doubt? Okay. The next paragraph, children. Take the next page. Listen. The next morning, the blind men went to the circus. They asked the circus owner to take them to the elephant. The owner took them to the elephant one by one. Now, you know that, children, these blind men were really eager. They were very curious to know about this elephant. Suddenly, what they had done, the next morning itself, the blind men went to the circus camp. They went to the circus camp. There, they met the circus owner. Okay, these blind men met the circus owner at the circus camp. And they requested the circus owner to take them to the elephant. They were very eager, so they requested the circus owner to take them to the elephant. Okay, now the owner felt so, he became very sympathetic towards these people. So he took them to the elephant one by one. Okay, the owner took them to the elephant one by one. He had never taken all these 6 men together. He had taken them one by one. Okay. Do you all understand clear? Okay. The next morning, the blind men went to the circus. They asked the circus owner to take them to the elephant. The owner took them to the elephant one by one. You know that these men were very eager. The next morning itself, they went to the circus camp and they met the circus owner, and the circus owner took them to the elephant one by one. Okay. Did you all understand till here? Shall we move on? Okay. Listen, children. The next line. The first blind man bumped against the elephant and fell down. He felt the elephant's side. The second blind man felt the elephant's tusk. The third blind man touched the elephant's trunk. The fourth blind man touched the elephant's huge leg. The fifth blind man felt the elephant's ear. And the last blind man caught the elephant's tail. Okay. Now, the first blind man bumped against the elephant and fell down. Children, you just imagine that this is the elephant. This is the elephant and this is our blind man, first blind man. He is coming to see this elephant. He is coming and you know that he was blind. He couldn't see anything. When he came there, what happened? He bumped against the elephant. Bumped. What is the meaning? Hit. Bumped against the elephant and he fell down. Okay, did you get it, children? The first blind man bumped against the elephant and he fell down. He felt where? The elephant's side. The side. He felt the elephant's side. The first blind man felt the elephant's side. Okay. Now, look at the second person. After he had gone, the second blind man came there. He felt the elephant's tusk. Now, children, this portion is the tusk. Have you seen? This is the tusk of an elephant. He felt the elephant's tusk. Now, after he had gone, the next blind man came there. The third blind man, he touched the elephant's trunk. You know, trunk. It's very long, no? He touched the elephant's trunk. Here is the trunk. Have you seen? This is the trunk. He touched there. Now, it is the turn of the fourth blind man. He came there and he touched the elephant's huge leg. Okay, huge leg. Have you seen this leg? It's really huge, no? He touched there. The fourth blind man touched the elephant's huge leg. Now, the next man's turn. It was the fifth blind man and he felt the elephant's ear. Have you seen? He felt where? The elephant's ear. And it is the turn of the last man. He came there and he caught where? The elephant's tail. Have you seen? Now what happened? These men actually perceived the same elephant in different ways. Do you get it? Because they touched the different parts of the elephant, isn't it? Now you know that the first man felt the elephant's side. The second blind man felt the elephant's tusk. And the third man touched the elephant's trunk. Fourth blind man touched the elephant's huge leg. And the last man caught the elephant's tail. Okay, so these 6 blind men perceived the same elephant in different ways or in different aspects. Okay, children, do you all understand till here? Now let us see what happened. Okay, now you know that, children, the first blind man touched where? Elephant's side, isn't it? Now, he thought that this is rough and huge. Oh, the elephant is like a wall. Now, the first blind man concluded that, oh, I get it. The elephant is like a wall. Here, children, I capitalize the letter E to specify this particular elephant. E, okay. The elephant is like a wall. It is like a wall because he touched where? The side of this elephant. So he told that what? It is like a wall. It's like a huge wall. Okay, have you seen this picture? Okay. Now, it is the turn of the next person. He touched where? The elephant's tusk. Where? He touched the elephant's tusk. And he concluded that an elephant is like a spear. Have you seen it? It's like a spear. That is his conclusion. Who's the second person? Okay. Have you seen this picture? It's really interesting, isn't it, children? So, to the first person, an elephant is like a wall. And to the second person, an elephant is like a spear. Now to the third person, an elephant is like a rock. Okay. The third man touched the elephant's tusk. Okay, he touched where? The elephant's tusk, and he told that the tusk feel long and thick. The elephant is like a snake. It could be poisonous. Okay. The third man didn't touch the tail. He touched where, children? The tusk, isn't it? No. He touched the trunk. The third blind man touched where? The elephant's trunk. Children, here it is written tusk. It is wrong, okay. It is wrong. Here it is written tusk. It is actually trunk. The trunk feels long and thick. In the textbook, it is written what? Tusk. The tusk feels long and thick. Actually, what? This one, trunk. The trunk feels what? Long and thick. So, the elephant is like a snake. It could be what? Poisonous. It could be poisonous. It could be poisonous. Have you noticed? Oh, I get it. The elephant is like a snake. Okay. Now children, the fourth blind man touched the elephant's huge leg. Huge leg. Okay. And this feels like a tree. The elephant is like a tree. So, the fourth blind man concluded that an elephant is like a tree. Why? Because its leg is very huge. Okay. Let us see. Wait, children. Here it is. Oh, I get it. The elephant is like a tree. Okay, have you seen the tree? And have you noticed the huge leg? So, he finalized that an elephant is like a tree. Have you seen this picture? Have you noticed it? Okay. So, according to the next person, what an elephant is like a tree. Okay. Now, the fifth blind man felt the elephant's ear. He felt where? The elephant's ear. Now, and he told that this is large and thin. You are all wrong. The elephant is like a fan. And the fifth blind man concluded that an elephant is like what, children? Like a fan. Have you seen it? Oh, I get it. An elephant is like a fan. Have you seen? He concluded that an elephant is like this. See this picture, children? Really funny, no? Isn't it? So that was his conclusion. The fifth blind man felt the elephant's ear and he told about this is large and thin. He describes the elephant's ear as large and thin. So he told that an elephant is like a fan. Did you get it? Okay. Now let us see what is the conclusion of the last man. The last blind man caught the elephant's tail. He caught where? The elephant's tail. And it feels thin and long. The elephant is like a rope. Okay. So, what is the conclusion of the last person? No, oh, I get it. The elephant is like a rope. Have you seen the picture of the rope here? And have you seen this one too? Okay. So, these 6 blind men perceived the same elephant in different ways. Okay. Do you all understand till here, children? Do you all understand? Do you all understand it? Okay. Now I will tell it once again, children. You know that long ago, 6 blind men were living in a village. They wanted to learn new things. They are very curious. They are very eager to learn new things. But you know that they are blind. They can't see anything. So they would touch and feel things to understand what they were like. They touch and feel. Okay. And once they heard that a circus came to town. And people were discussing about an elephant at the circus. Okay. Now the blind men heard this. You know that they are very eager. They wanted to go to the circus. And they wanted to touch and feel the elephant. They wanted to go there and they wanted to touch and feel the elephant and understand what it was like. Why? Because they wanted to learn new things. So they wanted to know about an elephant. So what happened? The next day itself, the blind men went to the circus. They went to the circus camp and they met the circus owner and they requested the circus owner to take them to the elephant. Finally, what happened? The owner took them to the elephant. How? One by one. He had taken them one by one. Now, you know that the first blind man bumped against. What is the meaning of the word bumped against? Hit. I told you, isn't it? You just imagine that it is an elephant. This is the blind man. And you know that he can't see anything. When he came here and he bumped against, and what happened? He fell down. Hit. Bumped against means what? Hit. Did you learn the meaning? Bumped against means what? Hit. Bumped against. It's a new word. Bumped against. What's the meaning? Hit. Okay. So, the first blind man bumped against the elephant and he fell down. He felt where? The elephant's side. He felt the elephant's side. Then, the second blind man, he felt the elephant's tusk. The third blind man touched the elephant's trunk. The fourth blind man touched the elephant's huge leg. And the fifth blind man felt the elephant's ear. And the last blind man caught the elephant's tail. And after meeting this elephant, they had an argument. They had an argument. The first person told that the elephant is like a what? Wall, isn't it? And the second person, you know that he touched the elephant's tusk and it is very smooth and sharp. So he finalized that an elephant is like a spear. You know that a spear is very sharp. So what was his conclusion? It was like a spear. Then he asked a question to the first person. How can a wall be smooth and sharp? You told me that an elephant is like a wall. The first person told me that an elephant is like a wall. Then how can a wall be smooth and sharp? Why? Why did he say so? Because he touched where the elephant's tusk. Isn't it? It is smooth and sharp. So he told that what? The elephant is like a spear. Then he asked a question to the first person. What's it? How can a wall be smooth and sharp? Do you understand it? Okay. Now, you know that the third blind man touched the elephant's trunk. He touched where? The elephant's trunk, and you know that it is very long and thick. So, the third person concluded that the elephant is like a snake and it could be poisonous. An elephant is poisonous. To the third person, an elephant is what? Poisonous. It is like a snake and it is really poisonous. Now, the next person, the fourth blind man, you know that he touched the elephant's huge leg. Huge leg. And he finalized that this feels like a tree. And what was his final conclusion? The elephant is like a tree. Do you get it, children? An elephant is like a tree. Now, the fifth blind man felt the elephant's ear. He touched where? This part. So, what was his conclusion? This is large and thin. You are all wrong. You are all wrong. The elephant is like a fan. I am correct. My opinion was correct. To me, an elephant is like a what? Fan. Okay. The last blind man caught the elephant's tail. He caught the elephant's tail and it feels thin and long. So, what was his conclusion? The elephant is like a rope. Do you all understand clear, children? Now, a new word is given here. Another. We have already learned the first one, bumped against. You learned the meaning, isn't it? What's the meaning of the word bumped against? What's it? Hit. Now, the next one, tusk. You know it is, isn't it? It is the tusk. Now, an elephant's tooth, which is long and pointed. This part. Okay. Now, we have one more new word here. It is spear, a weapon with a sharp tip. A weapon with a sharp tip. Have you seen? Have you noticed the sharp tip? This one. A weapon with a sharp tip is known as what? Spear. Okay. Now, two opposites are also given here. The first one is sharp. We learned that a spear is but very sharp. What's the opposite? Blunt. What is the opposite of the word sharp? Blunt. Now one more is given. What's it? Rough. What's the opposite of the word rough? Smooth. What's the opposite of the word rough? Smooth. Okay. Do you all understand till here? Any doubt? No. Let us see any other words are given there on the first page. As children, here also two words are given here. The first one is heard. What's the opposite of the word heard? It is unheard. Learn with me, okay? Repeat after me, children. Please repeat after me. Heard, unheard. Heard, unheard. Understand, misunderstand. Okay. Hope you all enjoyed the class. See you in the next class. Thank you.